What's up? We back with another episode of 411 Uncut. Today, I got a very special guest right here on the couch. Somebody who's really doing her thing right here in the 513 and beyond, okay? Karen the Writer Davis, what's going on?
What's going on, LD? Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. What's up, everybody? What's up? I want to thank everybody so far who supports Ace of Spades, season 1, 2, and soon to be 3.
Yes, and we're going to get into all of that, okay? Because this series is cold, okay? Like, this is Cincinnati version of Power, I guess you could. But first things first, I want the people to know a little bit about you. I know you're from Cincinnati,
yes.
For sure. Born and raised, right?
Yes, born and raised downtown Cincinnati, yes.
Okay, now what was it like for you growing up downtown Cincinnati?
You know, everybody got this perception of downtown, who we is and what we do, but back then, the old downtown, it was about family. It was about community. Us, you know, my mama friends could whip me, but I ain't never had to get a whipping though. But they just we was responsible for each other. We could play outside and not having to worry about anybody getting involved or anything. So it was real good. I love growing up downtown with my brothers and my sisters and everybody. So yeah.
For sure. Now, where do you? How many siblings do you have?
It's 7. I got 7 siblings.
So it's 8 of y'all.
It's 8 of us, yes.
Oh, so the house was always something going on.
Yeah, and then they start having kids. So I was an auntie early. Before everybody was saying auntie, I was an auntie early.
Wow.
So yeah, it was 8 of us. I'm the youngest of 8 too.
So you the baby?
I'm the baby, yeah.
Wow. Okay, so you a little spoiled, maybe?
Probably a lot. Probably a lot about my mom and older sister. So,
for sure. Now, growing up, what was you into? Were you really into writing?
I was always into writing and talking, so they kind of went together. But I was always into writing. Like when I was at Washburn Elementary, at the time that was the name of it, we did a young authors program. I was in 3rd grade and I won it, and so my family was real happy that I got to read to like the first graders, kindergartens, all of that. So I've always loved writing. That was kind of like my own thing away from my brothers and sisters and stuff. So yeah.
So that was kind of what separated you from everybody.
Yes.
Wow.
Sure, yeah.
Now, was you starting off with what you was writing stories or poems or?
Now, so I guess I can tell you now. I started off reading romance books because one of my sister friends was like, you should read this. I'm like, what? Then I started reading romance books. And so, but I used to watch shows like with my mother, like Dynasty and Dallas and all the soap operas and stuff. And I was like, man, I can write that, but I'm going to write the black version.
Right.
So I started writing and everything like that, our own version. And I just love to write. I love to create stories. I love to create characters. And this was from when I was young, like 10 and 11. I was writing and stuff. So,
wow. So reading and writing, that
was my thing.
You was a kid with a book in your hand all the time.
Yeah. I was on the school bus. I had my notebook, writing, everything. My teachers, they loved it though. So.
Wow. Yeah. Now after you was done with school, did you pursue college?
I went to UC. I graduated. I got 2 master's degrees and 2 bachelor degrees.
Wow.
So I was gonna be a lawyer. Like that was my love besides writing.
Wow.
Because I wanted to give kids that look like us that second chance to get out the system. But I realized like if they already in the system, it's gonna be hard for me to get them out. So I became a teacher. So I teach.
Wow. And where do you teach at now?
I teach at a charter school downtown.
Wow.
Yeah. And they watch the show, which I don't recommend they do. But they watch it with their parents. Their parents will call me and be like, hey, so when's season 3 coming out? Or when? I'm like, I've been trying to get you to come to the parent conference. So, but they love the show. The kids will be like, ooh, I can't wait to see the show, Miss Davis. I'm like, thank you. I appreciate that.
Wow. And how long have you been teaching?
Because I started with CPS. Then I switched and went to a behavior school out on Madison Road. I was teaching there for 8 years with behavioral kids. And then I switched to a charter school. So altogether, probably about like 12 years.
Wow, that's amazing, and it's needed because you saying like, look, I'm not here just to educate. I wanted to be a part of these kids' lives at the early stages to help gear them and grow. And we all know, like being from Cincinnati, it's a tough city. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and I know you have kids that have a million stories.
Yes,
you know.
I teach downtown. And so I know a lot of their parents and stuff. And so they'll come up to me like, Miss Davis, or the parents will come like, hey, kid. I'm like, I got your kids. So I look at them kids like my nieces and nephews. So I got a good relationship with them and their parents.
For sure.
So
yeah. Now I know too, before you got into writing Ace of Spades, you was already writing short.
I had a short film on YouTube called Ain't No Hood Like Sisterhood, and a short film called Right Back Ain't Cheating. And then I had another teaching show called Alternative Teaching, and then The Community. So, and I started off in Cincinnati doing a stage play called The Community. So yeah,
That's
I've
so
been writing
lit.
for a minute. I love writing.
Yes. Now, how do you, I mean, because to say, like, you know what, I'm willing to take this, get everybody involved that I know. How do you go about getting these characters, different people that say, look, I got this screenplay, I got, can you come act in this? Are these people that's actors already, or are they these people you know and you like, hey, look, try this out?
So a lot of them, they up and coming actors and actresses, they want to be in it. And they'll be like, hey, I always want to act. I know we had that here in Cincinnati. So if I do a casting, people will reach out to me.
Okay.
And some people, I might be like, you know what, I think you might be good for an actress. And so it just depends. And then it's word of mouth. They'll see season 1. And they be like, oh, I want to try to get it. I want to try that hand. So it just goes like that.
Say they seen season 1 and seen their friends on there. Everybody said, so now they start hitting your deal.
They did. But what I tell people is, it's just a lot tougher. It ain't, my goal is, it's not just Cincinnati. Like, Cincinnati is not my glass ceiling. And I say that with all respect. Like, I want the show to reach the top, whether it's in Detroit, New York, Florida. Cincinnati, of course, that's the home team. But the reason I tell my actors that, because forget being Cincinnati famous. We want to take this to the top. Like, let's go. And, of course, we're going to put our city on our back. But we have to realize, like, I don't want you to come to me like, yeah, I want to act. I want to, you know, so they can know I'm acting on social media. Like, no. Like, you really got to come to rehearsals. It's every day. It's a lot. It's tough.
Man.
So, yeah.
And it's like, you know, we was talking off camera, just you being the head of all of this, and you are playing a lot. You're being a lot of different hats. You're wearing a lot of different hats.
Being an independent filmmaker, it's a lot, you know, from writing, directing, producing, you know, and then I have to, you know, coordinate rehearsals, and then I act in it sometimes, you know, because I was looking for, like, I need somebody to play this detective role, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. Forget it, I'm gonna do it. So it's a lot of different hats. It's
a lot. Yeah, I can only imagine with just being independent in anything, it's tough for a lot of people may say, like, man, how did you even get the funding to do these things? How did that go about? You know, being an inspiring a filmmaker, somebody that's like, look, I've been trying to figure out how do I even afford to get to this point. Like, I'm pretty sure you have to go in your own pocket to invest so much.
So I'm gonna be all the way real. Everything that's teaching, that's, you know, I take what I get from there because it's my dream, you know, it's my passion. So I can't wait on nobody to be like, I'm gonna invest in you. I done had people like, you know what, I want to invest in you, I want to do this. Okay, I don't care if they don't, because it's still gonna get done. I'm gonna still do it.
Yeah.
So if you got a dream, you gotta just invest in yourself. You gotta take everything you got and you gotta invest in it.
Man.
And that's what I do.